Did you not read the colony policy that defined you as company property? That wavered your say in autonomy. The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We are a family forged in bureaucracy. No I in team, but there's con in economy. Were you expecting adventure? Were you hoping for fun? My friend, you're indentured and pleasures exempt from your tenure, so venture back down to your slum. You should have read the fine print, my friend. Should have read the fine print. You should have read the fine print, my friend. Should have read the fine print.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to Manapot Studios. I am Kyron Russmore, your GM for the evening. And this is our Starfinder actual play live stream of the Adventure Path Fly, Free or Die in a stream that we call All That Glitters Explodes. As usual, we're going to start off by introducing the crew. Let's start off with Flimsi.
Hello, I'm JStation64, pronouns he, him, playing Flimsi the Dwarf Mechanic. And Flimsi's feeling pretty proud of getting some actual profit in for the first time ever, I think.
Tricks.
Hey, I'm Crit Commissioned. Pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Trix, Epic Space Pirate Extraordinaire. And, Trix is happy that her crew are finally seeing the light, that going solo was the way to go all along.
They knew it all along.
And Jahir?
I am Retro Ted. I play Jahir, who is a Kasatha soldier. Jahir, even though we're in the money, he's still insisting that the T funds be paid up to date. People are putting their money in, and especially those goblins who keep taking free rides on the T machine.
And the biscuits.
And the biscuits, yeah, especially biscuits.
And
all right.
Hello, once again, I am coming through this time. My name is Krifu Bernal. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Yeva the Sarkeesian Witch Warper, who is feeling really odd that we don't have any kind of like goal in mind, is like maybe frantically thinking about what to do next. Probably bugging Flimsi a lot.
Anybody else get a weird sense of deja vu then?
I've heard all this before.
All right, and as always, before we begin, it is time for this week's segment of Pack Facts. And it is my turn, although I only realized this like an hour ago. So this might be a little bit vague, but I think I've got some good stuff for you. So we've now left the back worlds, and our crew is in the Veskarium. Now we've heard previously about the political relation between the Pact Worlds and the Veskarium, but I wanted to go into a little bit more detail about the Veskarium. In the year 3226 pre-gap, the Veskarium, or the Vesk of Vesk Prime, actually started to conquer neighboring worlds. This is pre-drift technology. And it only took them a few thousand years until 161 pre-gap to completely take over the Gavanaska system. However, then, 161 years later, the gap happens, society devolves, and not many people remember too much about it, and the gap ends. At this point, all the planets of the Veskarium have pretty much gone independent to each other, but the Vesk remain and start to reconquer the system, taking only 10 years this time. And don't forget, this is the point where the Vesk didn't actually have drift technology. Everyone else got it in the year 3 AG, but it somehow missed the Vesk on the Veskarium. It wasn't until 12 AG when explorers from the Galarian system entered the Veskarium and gave them the technology, or the Vesk captured it. It's not quite clear. But then, just a few short years later, in 36 AG, the Veskarium invades the Galarian system and is rebuked, and so starts the Silent War. But back in the Veskarium, the Vesk are hard at work at creating the Conqueror's Forge, a massive space station in orbit around Vesk Prime that is a focal point for the entire system in terms of trying to bring them up to speed with the rest of the galaxy in terms of new spacecraft development. However, it wasn't until then in the year 291 AG, the Swarm invades both of the Veskarium and the Pact Worlds, destroying the Conqueror's Forge, but also ending the war between them. And that's pretty much it. A new Conqueror's Forge was created and finished by the year 294 AG. And we're, by the way, I keep mentioning these AG things. The current year is 321 AG. And so, yeah, the Veskarium is made up of a number of planets. The Vesk aren't very creative when it comes to names. So we start off at the innermost planet, Vesk Prime, the homeworld of the Vesk, and most of its surface is dry land, forming a supercontinent. The rest consists of two oceans and small seas, and is very largely tectonically active. Next up is Vesk 2, the current world that we're on, a calm, watery world covered with a shallow ocean, which is home to the Ijtkris, the squid people that we have seen previously. And then we'll start going out into the worlds that we're not familiar with. Next up is Vesk 3, home to the Skittermanders. A couple of interesting things about this place is when the Vesk originally invaded Vesk 3 and said, "We're here to conquer you," the Skittermanders assisted them in doing so and essentially didn't put up much of a fight and helped the Vesk take over. Not that that really meant much. The Skittermanders pretty much tended to go about doing whatever it is that they usually did, and this has come to be a decision that the Vesk have regretted ever since. Its current ruler is actually a Panthera, the only non-Vesk high despot in the Empire. Their name is Tiret. They earned their position through careful political maneuvering, leaving his superiors no choice but to either promote him or lose face. He had planned to win the command of his homeworld, Vesk 6, but the Council of Despots found it amusing to assign a deadly serious military commander to reign on their most chaotic citizens.
That's fucked up.
Stepping in the bird, isn't
it? Next out, we've got Vesk 4, a dense world teeming with lush jungles, swamplands, and volcanoes. Interestingly enough, this is one of the few races of the Vesk that haven't been specced up and artwork given. The Talfit are sapient mole-like creatures. And unfortunately, you'll just have to imagine what they look like. Then next one out is Vesk 5. Vesk 5 is the only gas giant of the Veskarium system. It's a largely devoid of life, but rich in resources. To that extent, the Vesk restricts civilian access to it, especially given the highly volatile storms. However, its rings do have a native, or at least a seemingly native life in the Formians. Next out, we've got Vesk 6, the home of the Pathra, an unusually warm an unusually warm world of jungles despite its distance from the sun. One of the oddity here is that Vesk 6 is covered in a magnetic field that disrupts technology. So you might not want to go there if you're after selling your high-tech entertainment stuff. Maybe only the disco ball will survive. And then finally, we've got the two icy worlds of Vesk 7 and Vesk 8. Home to the Kofama, who refer to them, the two worlds, as home and new home. They are largely not technological, so it's interesting to find out how they got between the two worlds. But that's a tale for another time. And then finally, there's actually the new Conqueror's Forge, originally built shortly after the outsiders arrived in the Veskarium with the Drift. The new one was created in... the original was destroyed in 291 AG. The new Conqueror's Forge is not actually locked in orbit. It has massive engines that allow the Forge to travel around the Veskarium and beyond. And that is a brief, very brief tour of the Veskarium.
This is where we've come to escape the danger.
At least you know that this danger is just going to shoot you in the face. It's not going to try and stab you in the back.
I want one of those Kathama things. They are cute. They're proper
That is
cute.
pretty adorable.
They are not pets.
Yeah, but they could be.
I feel like they made it to that other planet just by hoping themselves there. They just really wanted it. The gods could not resist.
Vesk 7 and 8 are actually pretty much in very similar orbits.
You suggesting they jumped?
I'm suggesting that they, if math has anything to do with this, the Vesk 7 or 8 will be in polar, opposite orbits, around the sun. The image that we got up on screen is probably not accurate, if math has anything to say about it. Seeing as though this is a fantasy game, math's got nothing to do with it. And so, yes, that's Veskarium.
Thank you.
Glad we came here on a holiday.
I really like the fact that it's got a blue star, and it's from what I might be making up. We did mention that it does mean that it burns hotter, and so you can tell like all of these planets are warmer than than it would be in the Pact worlds. But it also seems like it's denser, the star, and so it kind of, just from the image, looks like all the planets have a much tighter orbit around the star. I might be wrong.
Compared to the images of the Pact worlds, in terms of like how far away they're kind of away. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now hurrying to compare the two. Oh yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Yeah, the math says that there's got to be a very narrow band of the Goldilocks zone, which would basically mean that life doesn't generally exist outside of that. And seeing as though we've got lush jungle worlds from the inner to the outer, apart from 7 and 8, kind of suggests that they would be very much scrunched together in that band.
Ease of travel, hopefully.
Is the Conqueror's Forge in an orbit?
No, the Conqueror's Forge no longer orbits. It was around Vesk Prime, but now it has massive engines, allowing it to be wherever it wants.
Scary.
That's
Destroyed
not ominous.
by the thingy, right? The
Swarm.
Yeah.
Those pesky swarm.
Which is one of the reasons why the war between the Pact Worlds and the Veskarium ended.
Look at these
The
Vesk
upgraded.
ships.
See, if it wasn't for the swarm, you'd still be at war with each other.
That is
That's
true.
weird. What's that second one? Sorry.
We've got
maybe that
the
was awesome.
Vindicus Tyrant, the BMC Mauler, and a Norikama dropship.
That's awesome.
They're all green.
Except that you can't see them coming through the jungle.
Yeah. Space camo. Oh, wait, no, hang on.
So, the story so far, last session. When did we start last session? We started last session traveling towards the Veskarium.
Racing.
Yeah, you
to
Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to Vesk 2 slightly ahead of the Wintermore. And your evil side.
We know they're evil.
There are
I don't know.
anti-counterparts.
I'm trying
Our antagonists.
Yeah, your antagonists who are very similarly matched in skill and, well, style a little bit.
No,
I get the
they
feeling
wish.
they're just good guys and we've just painted them as the bad people just to make ourselves look better.
They're the ones that shot at us.
And stole. Oh, wait, hold on.
That
we
is
did
true.
that as
That
well.
And I only stole it. You blackmailed the guy for yours. And there was a race down to the planet where you had to go through a swarm of pyrozoa. You arrived first in usual Trix fashion. Don't think you sustained any damage on the way down.
No, just superficial scratches and bump.
Yeah.
That's not superficial. It's just as important.
And then you proceeded to deliver the black hearts that you were shipping. Took a little while for you to find who you needed to drop them off to. But with that, you were paid the first time that you've been paid, and you get to keep all of the profits. And then you tried to look around for somewhere to offload the rest of your cargo, having also brought with you not just the black hearts, but a cargo hold full of clothes and textiles, as well as electronics and entertainment, most notably a disco ball and sound system.
Who disco balls?
The latest in video game hardware.
And the disco ball.
Stop showing people the disco ball first. Come on, guys.
But it's so cool.
It just occurred to me where we should go to sell that. Obviously, the Skittermander planet.
Oh, that is a good shout.
Even if they don't want
Multiplayer.
it, they'll help us find the people who want it.
Can we get some Skittermander salesmen on our side?
We could hire someone. And we might not even have to pay them much.
The thing is, Skittermanders are more about making sure the sale gets done. They might not always make sure that the price is right.
That's true. Skittermanders are much more communistic than I think we want.
Yeah,
They're
they'll sell
more
it for
commune
profit.
than communistic.
They put the community in communism.
The best sell I've ever heard.
Their creator, Crystal Fraser, did describe them as communistic space Care Bears.
That tells you everything, doesn't it?
But I think we were like, let's just go to the Conqueror's Forge. That's like Absalom Station, right?
Yeah.
Because we're dumb.
Didn't you sort
Came
that out
down
better?
to
Sorry, go on, Jahir.
it was between Command 2, wasn't it, and the Conqueror's Forge. I think that was where we kind of left off.
Yeah, because we were going to look into getting some potential ship upgrades as well while we were there.
Yeah.
Has anybody thought about those ship upgrades that you might like?
Yeah, I've got a list. We've got soft toilet tissue. That's as far as I got. Kyrane's face right now is just like...
I don't know what you mean. Only because I can't see my own face.
What weapons do we have on the ship?
cannon
Seen the
thing.
ship, have we? As in terms of like a ship build, if that makes sense.
You haven't seen a ship build because I keep meaning to put it together and don't. So the Orphalont is a refitted Eva Jameson sledgehammer, a medium transport. It has a speed of 12, a maneuverability of good, turn 1, an AC of 11, a TL of 13, 70 hit points with a critical threshold of 11. The shields are a medium 90, meaning 22-23 in all arcs. It has 2 weapons, the forward high explosive missile launcher and a turret, a chain cannon.
Okay.
Short range. It's got a 120 PCU black pulse power core, a upgraded signal boost drift drive, basic computers, mid-range sensors, common crew quarters, Mark III defenses, Mark I armor, an arcane laboratory, null space cargo chambers, 2 of them, recreational suit Havoc, and a tech workshop.
Doesn't have any vacant slots, I guess, as well.
You would need to look up a
Not weapon
basic.
slots, sorry, I mean like room slots. And they've all been occupied by the sound of it.
Yeah, you don't have any spare cargo bays that aren't occupied.
The only thing off the top of my head is the AC. I feel like the AC would go up a little bit with tricks behind the wheel, but it does sound like our hulls might be a little weaker than, because we do have good shields. It sounds like.
Does that come from armor? The Mark I armor we've got? Is that
Yes.
AC?
So basically, the baseline is 10, and then you plus on the armor by the mark, or the defenses by the mark. The armor affects your AC. The defenses affects your target lock.
Like, Yeva doesn't know shit about the ships and things, but Krifu, on the other hand, is thinking, upgrade our AC or our speed.
It seems that the armor is the only thing really on there that's basic spec. Everything else seems to be
basic,
higher.
isn't it?
Oh, was the
Computer
basic?
basic? I think.
Yeah, the basic computers, basic mid-range sensors.
What kind of node does the computer have?
It's a +2 to sensors only.
So it's not
Nope. You do not get a bonus from your computer.
Oh shit. Okay, that is basic AF.
Yeah, that needs to be.
When I say basic, it's basic.
OMG. Okay.
Not that bad. But yeah, we definitely could do with a better computer then.
That's
All right.
an important one.
Conqueror's Forge then.
So one of the things to a certain... I need to go through this at some point and actually work out how many ship build points that you've got spare.
26.
You don't know that. However, assuming that this all balances out, you should have 5 spare ship build points.
Okay.
Then it's a case of figuring out, you could dump all 5 into computers and get yourself a you can't actually. Oh no, wrong column. That would get you sort of like a Mark 1 Tetra node, Mark 2 Duo node, something like that. But, it's one of them where it's like shopping and rebuilding computer ships is a little bit of hard work at times. Not sure when that message came in, so there you go. And yeah, it's probably something that we're going to do off camera. But at the same token, this is a point where you're going to the Conqueror's Forge. You're going to be spending a couple of days there looking for buyers for what you've got and also getting the ship refitted. We'll handle the refitting off air and then, come back and move it forward. It's probably not going to be coming, the changes that you make aren't probably going to factor in this session. So we can get away with doing it off air.
Perfect.
It's not super urgent right now. It needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
By the way, you do even have more weapon slots available to you. If you so desired. The transport can have a surprising number of weapons. 2 in the forward arc, 1 in the aft arc, and 2 in the turrets. You've only got 1 on the front and 1 on the turret at the moment.
As a balanced question, are we allowed to employ our NPCs to operate parts of the ship?
I'm gonna say yes, but they're not going to be very good. Zobun's got 0 combat abilities, and the goblins work as a team for mediocre combat abilities.
Like, if we needed, you could be in the science officer position, and we could throw them in engineering and hope for some sort of system boost.
Yes, and in engineering, they're likely to do well, but you're also then likely to have to patch up and undo whatever damage they might have done at a later point. It all depends on where you decide to best allocate them. The weapons is the safest place. They all point outwards from the ship. If you send them to engineering, they'll be able to do something. They'll be able to pull off some crazy stuff in engineering. It's just Flimsi's going to have a heart attack the next time he has to go into engineering.
Right, but that's Flimsi's problem.
It keeps us flying, I suppose.
And Yaver, your personal comm goes off.
Oh. Hello?
Hi, this is Neva.
Well, look who's calling. Hi, thanks for returning my text.
Wow, you're really standoffish, seeing as though you're the one who got paid on that job.
I know, pretty nice, isn't it? Like I said, let me buy you a drink.
I would love to stick around and catch up. Unfortunately, I've got 50 tons of black hearts in my cargo, burning a hole right through my ship. And I don't got nobody here who's going to want to take them, so I'm probably going to have to bounce out of the system. And, these things don't keep forever.
So, they're heading back to the Pact Worlds then, most like?
Most like.
All right. Well, I'll give you a call when we get back, and then maybe I can hit you up. Hopefully, we'll be on Absalom at the same time. Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll find some time to catch up. You know how it is. You got to be quick in this business, because if you ain't quick, you ain't making money.
Right. Well, I mean, it would be a shame if I were to never see you again, Neva. I think the stars maybe have aligned here. It's been like 15 years since we... Oh, hold on. How old am I? Yeah, more like 10 years since we last saw each other.
Yeah, the thing is, you were tied to Edge and couldn't move around much. Not where you wanted to go anyway, so, It's not like I could invite you out here and we'll catch up sometime. We will catch up.
All right, if you say so. You better not ghost me again, though.
Would I?
Yes.
And they hang up.
I mean, I was lucky that she was my best friend when we were kids, but I must have been like the only cool person on the asteroid for her to be talking to me.
Don't be stupid. You're like the coolest person in like the entire Veskarium right now.
Well, I certainly hope so. But it's hard to compete when you're here.
So what are we doing? I'm driving us.
J Station is going to take 3 points of psychic damage. Not Flimsy, J Station. I just seen what I wrote in the chat. So yeah, where are you going? What are you doing?
The shipyards at Conqueror's Forge, I believe, is our best bet.
If they'll give us access.
Yeah.
But we are traders, you know, potential buyers of services and goods. So our money, our ship shares at least should count for something.
Maybe you can move those vid games.
There's no harm in trying, at least. We've got food, right? So
We've got stuff to shift and they've got markets. I'm sure we can sort out something if we're allowed on.
Is this like a combat zone? Is it like the sky horse thing? Is it safe? Or, you know, is it? Are we going to be able to chill out?
Plate.
Horse, yeah. You know,
I think everywhere here is a combat zone.
Well, you know, if I know anything, normally people that build things for a living kind of like slacking off quite a bit. So, yeah, they'd love video games. I'm sure they could find a corner to play them. We could set up a trend, maybe do a bit of marketing, and get them interested.
Here, you also know the Veskarium is the place where they do sort of like sparring and martial combat for recreation.
Yep, let's go there now. Conqueror's Forge, hit it.
Do we know if we'd be allowed docking on a station like this, or whether it was?
Make me a culture check.
It's a 14 from Flimsy.
We have any higher bidders?
Oh, I would certainly try.
Because I'm assuming that you're discussing this amongst yourselves. Oh,
I got a 1 for a 0. I know everything.
10.
Trix, are you going to chip in on this one?
The last time Trix tried to think of anything to do with this Vesk 2, she rolled an astounding 2 on the dice, so she's never been here. She has no idea.
Fair enough.
You've only got a 0 to beat, so things can only get better.
Flimsy, you're not overly familiar, but to a certain degree, you know, money talks. So there's a chance. And the Veskarium aren't currently at war with the Pact Worlds, so you probably won't get shot out in the sky. But it might be a duff journey.
I've kind of avoided this place when I've been here before. It's where the big boys go with their big guns, and my ships are usually less armored than this one. But I guess we should give it a try. It's where the big money's happening, I guess.
Agreed. I mean, I spent my entire childhood out in the boonies of the diaspora. I don't want to spend my young adulthood out in the boonies also. Let's go to where the action is.
I absolutely love the idea of like space boonies.
Trix just steps on it and zooms to the forge.
do hope that you remember to take off first.
Never.
We should
Right to the
drift.
drift.
Shouldn't? Because it would be like 1d6 within system to drift, and we have a drift engine that'll cut that in half.
Yeah, we want to get into orb before we drift, though. We don't want to be taking chunks of the planet with us again.
I'm so used to having a basic drift engine that, like, it doesn't really matter if you're in system which way you go.
Good luck with your hospital. Bye. Boom.
At least we create a market for some more black cards then.
Hey, Neva, we found
So,
somewhere where you could...
Up to Charizard or whatever they were called. We might need some more.
All right. So, Trix, roll me your d6 for how many days it takes to get to the Conqueror's Forge.
2 days.
1 day if
One
you're
day.
using the drift. If you're using conventional thrusters, then it's 2 days. But if you're using the
Upgraded.
the signal boost drift drive, and you arrive at the Conqueror's Forge.
It's so pretty.
You are immediately hailed, and alarm systems start going off on the ship as you are being targeted.
Oh, Jesus.
They're targeting us. They're targeting
I
us.
just opened communications. Hello. Crew of the Fool's Gold here, requesting docking.
This is the Veskarium. State the nature of your business.
Trade.
Mercantile.
What are you carrying?
We are carrying entertainment goods, but are also interested in purchasing ship upgrades.
Do you have a sponsor for your ship upgrades?
Do we know what it means by sponsor?
No, we rolled like shit on our culture.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah, we really did. No.
No.
Not at present, no.
We thought we could buy it.
Hold, please.
Oh, God.
Fly casual. But don't look like you're flying casual.
Crew at the Fool's Gold, you are cleared for docking in A6. Repeat, A6. Do not deviate from the pre-programmed flight plan, or you will be eliminated. Thank you. They cut the comp.
Tricks, just don't do anything rash.
I hate when they turn on the sat nav.
I mean, it's a standard welcome we've got in most places so far. They're probably a bit more friendly than the hobgoblins, actually.
So you're following the waypoints, Tricks?
Yeah. Begrudgingly.
3 inches to the left of them.
And you arrive in a docking facility. It seems to be your docking bay sort of like matches the size of your ship. So it feels more like they've got numerous docking bays for a variety of different sizes and new ship. And as you're flying in, you see ships of all sizes, from dreadnoughts to the frameworks of potentially super colossal dreadnoughts. And, down to sort of like smaller bays for, traders, fighters, that kind of thing. When you land, the ship is approached by a contingent of Vesk soldiers.
Oh, God.
Hey, hello to them in Vesk.
Greetings. Expected duration of stay?
We're looking to get some parts put together and do some trading, so would I know how long that would take? Like a few days?
You as the engineer would know it's like 2 to 3 days tops.
Cool. 2 or 3 days.
What is your current cargo?
We've got some of the finest silks from, I've forgotten the name of the species. So
No, we sold those.
No, you didn't sell the.
That guy was a dick. Okay.
He wasn't a dick.
I was.
He wasn't selling something he didn't want.
I was
he was trying to make a deal. You was just like, nah, fuck you.
That's right.
Uncivilized people.
I was the bad person. That's a weird thing for Yeva to think about.
We've got some of the finest silk, as well as an array of some of the latest video games and entertainment, and a shiny disco ball. I know how you Vesk like to party.
He is just standing there, just tapping it around.
And the Vesk leader looks at his tablet and it's like, have you been to the Conqueror's Forge before? I don't recognize your transponder code.
No, this is the first time we've had the pleasure of boarding your mighty station vessel.
Very well, as visitors to the Conqueror's Forge, your access around the station is limited without a sponsor. And even if you had a sponsor, it will be limited to the sponsors and designated areas. You are to remain on the mercantile floors. You have access to the recreational sector, where you may find the Temple of Damarostos, as well as facilities for housing and hotels, if you desire.
You mentioned, and your good friend on the way in mentioned a sponsor. How does one go about acquiring one of those?
You would have to make inquiries with one of the companies that manufactures equipment here, and they may give you access to their facilities and their trade. Not my business.
Well, no, I appreciate you giving us the heads up. You've been most welcoming. May we disembark? He just threw something on the floor.
Stares us down. We're all like,
that will be all. And he turns and walks away.
Oh,
Flimsi,
too bad.
Am I throwing this disco ball, or are we okay?
Oh, no, we're good. Also, we've only got 2 of those. Please don't break them.
You've only got 1 disco ball.
Oh, there's already 1 in there, even worse.
Jay has been throwing it up and down like a paper ball all day.
Flimsi's fretting every time.
He's trying to work out how he can prise the thing off to get a frag grenade inside.
So judging by the approach and our warm welcome here, these guys don't seem to be messing about. Maybe we should stick within the restrictions that they've advised.
Oh yeah, they addressed you with enough armaments to basically vaporize you each. You know, there was no fucking around here. If you misbehave, they'll just mop you up off the floor when they're finished with you.
I think it went pretty well, considering, actually, if that's in that case.
Every time we land on one of these bleeding stations, we just get straight to business. I need a drink. Let's get a drink, maybe some food. We can get a map of the place, maybe have a fight, and just see how it goes. Let's ease ourselves in rather than just going balls to the wall.
We've got enough ship shares to stay at a nice hotel for a few nights. I don't know if we can directly... You can use ship shares for like a month's worth of living, but we have enough money anyway to like stay at a nice hotel. I wouldn't mind stretching out than a bed that's actually my size.
Why don't we just buy a bed that's actually your size for the ship?
That's a good idea too. But like,
Wait, beds come in sizes?
but what if I could get also a tub my size?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I could swim in it.
Or we could just go to a pool. We need the hotel with pool.
I could see if I could rig up something in your room if you wanted to use it at some point to turn it into a vacuum if you ever wanted to have a float about between stops.
It might be awkward just floating in place.
I suppose the rooms aren't that big, are they, really? I'm free to rotate around this
You'll
side of
just
the room.
like literally stand there and spin. Wings like hitting lamp fixtures and things off the wall.
Having shared with Yeva, I can attest she does need more space. You know, she does struggle. Let's humour her, shall we? Let's go and find a nice hotel.
Mm-hmm. And get drink fancy cocktail and fancy hotel bar.
The first time we're not on a time crunch. We've not got we're not got any particular objective here other than to go and get ourselves some good sales if we can do. Let's make the most of it.
I don't know about
So,
you,
yeah.
but this implant's got itches, so I want to take some time and just chill out.
You should go and see a doctor.
Well, I did. That's why I've got it. It's fine. I don't know why the scar's there, though. My adrenal gland's here. He points to somewhere completely not where the adrenal gland is. Let's go. High-class cocktail hotel. And you can tell Jahir's never said those words in his life.
Craig snaps her fingers and changes into a party outfit from the horse eye. Swanky mode.
Oh, wait, there's a map here. It says Nighttown. That sounds fun. Can we go there? Oh, no, it's below Diabolic Research Division. Maybe that's not good. Who puts Nighttown next to Diabolical Research Division?
Well, no, it's on the Nighttowns are the floor above the Diabolic Research.
Oh,
Diabolic Research Division. Oh, they really are lawful evil.
I'm proud of it as
it's
well.
even red.
I mean, it's right next to the Magitech Augmentations Division, so you ever might want to actually go there.
Well, so where are we allowed again? The visitor sectors?
You're in the visitor sectors. This is kind of like where you landed. You're allowed in the recreation sector. And I'm trying to figure out where. I'm going to say you're just allowed in the recreation sector.
So maybe we find. I don't know. We also need to find someone to work on our ship.
I mean, you've now had access to the infosphere of the Conqueror's Forge. And, it's very easy to find a trader online for buying ship upgrades and the like. You're not going to be able to get much in the way of specialized from there, but you can buy the basic amenities, which is probably about your budget range as it stands anyway.
All right.
I had a bit of an idea when it comes to the. Sorry, I've not written it down either. What was it we named the ship to? The Gold.
Fool's Gold.
Fool's Gold, thank you. I was wondering maybe if we can get a partition installed halfway through the engine room, like a removable one. And then if anybody wants to come and look at the ship, we could always cover it up on the inside. Wouldn't look bigger than the outside. It would put like a fake wall in place. You can slide along or something along those lines.
That's a good shout.
My only problem is that in order to have it installed, is that someone would have to come in and do the work and measurements and stuff. Might be better if we simply procure a large amount of UPBs and build it ourselves.
Yes, I think that's a better idea. I don't think we should be highlighting to anyone, as you say, the unique features of our beautiful ship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something I thought it might be an idea. We can get the fun sorted at some point.
I like it. So how do we get to the recreation center?
So these visitor sectors are sort of like dotted around the edge of the centrifugal.
Cool.
I want to say halo, but it's not a halo. A ring around the ship. The Conqueror's Forge and the visitors centers are like lead into corridors pretty much directly into the recreation sector. It can't have you wandering around too many corridors, but you can clearly see that when you get into the recreation sector, there are sort of like very obviously red-lined doors and alarms all over the show. So if you don't have permission, if it looks like you might not have permission to open a door, you're very well aware of it.
Don't go down that door. Don't cross that line. Don't look that man in the face. Let's keep moving. Come on.
Trix makes eye contact and just locks on. She's like,
Seeing this Vesk just sort of like look up from his tablet and then shake his head and look back down. And
Do you want me to shoot him? Stab him? He looked at you. He gave you the eye, the hard stare.
nah, we were just sizing each other up. He backed down. He knew.
Was he good size or small size? Or
He was small size.
small size?
I'm gonna die on this space station, aren't I?
Not until we have a few drinks, at least.
Aye.
the recreation sector is filled with bars, casinos, entertainment venues, parks, restaurants, sparring gyms, and more. It is divided into two sectors, Nighttown and Startown. Nighttown, lit only by neon and hollow advertising, is home to a eternal nightlife. In contrast, Startown is bathed in constant light and features more tranquil locales, as well as the station's temple to
Demoritosh.
Demoritosh, overseen by a priest captain. The station Skittermanders inhabit their own neighborhood in Startown, informally known as Little Oderchonk. I'm going to put that into...
That is not what I was expecting. I was like Little Skitterland or something.
Odor chunk. Odor chunk. Yeah.
Odor chunk, yeah.
Oh, it sounds
Big
like
old chunk.
like that, like smell of chunk.
Oderchonk.
Yeah.
Do we know if there's like a regular odor chunk?
There is.
You have,
that is one of the... I think that's a capital city of the Skittermanders.
That makes a lot of sense now.
Which you've probably been told by a Skittermander at some point.
Yeah, we're just looking at it going, Little Odor Chunk is, oh yeah, it's named after a planet nearby. Like, yeah, Skittermanders.
They're so small.
So what are you doing first?
Finding a place to drink, right?
Mm.
In Startown and Nighttown?
Nighttown.
Nighttown.
was that a question?
I question these things all the time. For various reasons. You're going in the first bar that you can see, or you're looking for something particular?
We need something that will be we'll have fancy cocktails, but we'll also be down to earth.
And somewhere with big enough doors for Eva, which would suggest they serve other than Vesk. Well, I guess it's the visitors area, so I suppose that's it.
We don't want the Asda of bars or the Waitrose. We want like the Sainsbury's bars.
So you're walking down, I want to say street because this space station is large enough that it feels like a street, but it's essentially just a massively oversized corridor. The buildings aren't really buildings, they're just floor to ceiling walls in some places. But everything here is neon lit, and what lighting there is infused darkness. Basically, you're struggling to get around when you dug down a side corridor, and the neon light fades. You stroll along. There's a couple of places. Some look a little bit too rough and rowdy for your tastes. They're flimsy. I won't speak for Jahir or Trix. But you keep going. You eventually find a establishment. Looks clean by comparison to some of the places that you've seen on your way here. The doors are expansive enough for your form, Yeva. And it is named. What's it named? I don't. My brain's gone. Somebody name it.
Hector's Hugo House of Happiness.
Hugo's House of Happiness. There we go.
Oh, that definitely
3H.
does drugs.
3H Hotel. Oh, it's not a hotel, it's a bar. It's a wine bar. There you go.
And you enter, and it's reasonably well appointed. They've got seating for a variety of sizes of individuals and groups, as well as a fairly well-stocked bar. The only form of entertainment is a sparring ring where there are a couple of Vesk at the moment knocking the shit out of each other.
Wow, look at this place. Look, they're betting on each other. They're going to see who wins by killing each other. Can I have a go? I've always wanted to know, can a Kasatha take a Skittermander? We've both got 4 arms. Obviously there's a height difference, but...
Skittermanders have 6 arms, do you hear?
Oh, do they? Are they armed? Oh, I thought there was something else. Okay. That's even better then. That means it's even more of a challenge. Please, please, please let me fight the Skittermander. Please, please, please.
If there's a Skittermander in here to fight, you're more than welcome to.
Is there a Skittermander in?
You're not one of our interns. We don't tell you what to do.
But you do normally.
Just the occasional banana. That's more like help.
It's more of a request for help.
I don't know whether you've noticed, but sometimes I might misread social situations, and sometimes I go off on things and get a bit carried away. But fighting a Skittermander is okay, isn't it?
It is
in a
okay.
public place with a fighting ring. Okay.
Preferably if the Skittermander wants to.
Do we need a letter from his mum, or just a nod of agreement? Or?
So, Jahir, are you approaching the sparring ring, or?
Yep, Jahir's already half in it.
There is a barrier preventing you from getting into it because there are still a couple of Vesk sparring it out in there. And this Vesk sees you taking a note at the notice of the sparring ring and approaches you, and it's like, are you here to bet or what?
Well, I can clear those 2 out, and then we can talk business if you want.
You think you can take those 2 on yourself?
Yeah, why do you not? Well, I suppose looking at you, no, you probably couldn't. Have you got any Skittermanders? I've always wanted to fight a Skittermander.
You seem new here.
No. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, we landed about 10 minutes ago, and this is the first pub we've been in.
Right.
Look, I fight. You pay to watch fights. What's the issue here? Is there a language barrier? Is there money? We can give you money.
No, this is just for entertainment, but a couple of things. There are rules to the sparring rings.
Okay.
One,
don't die.
Nobody dies.
Okay.
If your opponent goes down and doesn't get back up, you leave them be.
Okay, just a semantic question. What happens if you're partially dead inside in the first place? Is that allowed?
I love the
We
idea
don't
of
care.
his face is going glassy when this is.
I didn't actually know whether that was Chiron replying or the person in the game.
You don't care.
Okay, good.
It's unarmed
Okay.
for the most part. Any natural attacks that you may have, they're fair game.
All my attacks are natural.
Yeah, but that's sorting.
Okay, well, you can take left and right, just don't get them mixed up. And there's this glove, attack clash. There's some frag grenades here. Is there anything else?
Give them to me, Jahir. Hold on.
Yeah. I left my bag of expensive stones on the ships, and that's fine. A lantern, I could use that as a weapon. A tactical shield, I could use that as a weapon. There's some cloth, that's a weapon. Infinity rifle, I suppose that might be a weapon.
You want to
think we're
use the
good.
changing rooms back there and secure yourself
I'm
a
good.
locker.
Flimsy!
I think he does. Like Flimsy behind a pile of weapons and like.
Flimsy, are you coming in?
No, I don't think I'll be going into to fight those boys. Kind of pointing at their sharpened claws and their sharpened teeth. But I'll be here giving you encouragement. Come over to the corner, I'll get a wet rag and that kind of business.
You love wrestling around in grease in the engine rooms. This is just grease with a humanoid room.
If you wanted me to fight an engine, I'd be right in there, but I'm not in for this, I'm afraid.
So Jahir's just gonna. He's in for it. He's straight in there. Stripping off.
All right, hold your horses. First of all, you need to get consent from the individual that you're going to be knocking the shit out of.
Yeah, they're fine with that. I've asked already.
No, you haven't. You walked from that door to this bar. I've watched you the entire way, my friend.
You're a killjoy, and you say you're here for excitement and entertainment, and yet you won't let me go in there and kill these people. Knock these people out.
Now we might have a problem. If you kill anybody in there, and the station security come looking, I'm just going to point you out.
Okay. I'll behave. Right, so who am I fighting?
You want to fight both of them?
Yeah. Is that a problem? We could get some more in if you feel that there's not enough.
No, that's fine. And he whistles them over to sort of like the side and has a quick conversation with them.
Is there a crotchety old Skittermander in the corner, like cheering on one of the other Skittermanders? You can do it, buddy! Come on!
There's no Skittermanders in this place.
Oh, okay.
Jahir's just walked up. There's two Vesk that was sparring with each other, and it's all, I want to fight a Skittermander, and it's like, well, you need to wait for them to finish, and it's like, okay, I'll take them out. That's what's happened so far, as far as I'm aware.
That sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just double checking we're all on the same page. Mm-hmm. So he whistles them over and explains the situation. They look you up and down and sort of like half grin to themselves. And he turns back to you and it's like, all right, well, I need you to sign this. And he hands you a tablet. Do you sign it? Do you read it?
Yeah.
Are you going to read that, G?
It's signed already. Handed back.
And he sort of like hands it to you, Flimsy, just to sort of like, you seem interested in reading it.
Can I see what terrible thing he signed up for?
Basically, it's just a list of the rules that nobody gets into a fight without consent from both parties, or all parties involved. It is not to the death, and if accidental killing is allowed to a certain extent, but it will be investigated.
Will not highlight that section to Jahir.
I like the idea that Jahir is having this fight while everyone else is in the bar, and every now and then you just see someone getting thrown across while you're conducting your business in the background. Ava's just sipping a martini as a body flies by.
I think she's pulled out her personal comm unit and has like Googled cheap doctors in Nighttown.
And there's some other stuff in there about damages and how you won't intentionally wreck the bar. But yeah, it all seems to be on the level. There's also a restriction that you can only fight once a night.
Okay.
And with that,
59, that's fine.
yeah, it's we once every 24 hours because it's always night around here. But anyway,
you have a lot of paperwork considering this is for fun.
Have a lot of paperwork because we get a lot of idiots like you who want to come in and think that they can knock people's brains out and end up getting smushed on the floor.
Oh, really? Are they still around? Maybe I can fight them after.
You want to fight the losers?
Look, we're just here to relax. Can we get on with it?
Sure, funeral, kid. And he sort of like waves you into the sparring arena.
I better take off all my armor and shit as well.
Knock him out, Jahir.
Yeah,
Did you say
you
no armor or no weapons?
No weapons.
I was listening. No weapons. No. Is the battle glove, is that legal?
Nope.
So here's literally going to be naked.
You'll have armor.
Yeah.
Put your armor back on, Jahir. What are you doing? It says here it's fine in the thing.
I've been watching too many of Khufu's Olympic streams in Sparta. Right, so I've got my EVA suit on, but no weapons. So good to go.
Yeah. We're not going to play this out blow for blow because, unfortunately, one of the things about unarmed combat is it tends to take a while. But I want you to make me a couple of... let's have an attack roll, a standard melee attack roll. Let's have a fortitude save. And
24.
And an athletics check.
Can we give any help by cheering?
Melee, fortitude, and what?
Your fortitude saving throw and an athletics check.
Let me just do that. So the melee was 24.
Nice. Good 2 right hooks, Jahir.
Fortitude was 22. And athletics was a 27.
Whoa.
Jahir, you're a monster.
Those 4 arms are going to make a big difference here.
got 2
You
hands
do
for
realize that the
Vesk.
opponents have 4 arms. It's just on 2 different people, right?
Yeva's also
Well, at the
like,
moment they do.
Yeva's like, now she's grabbed a second martini to hold while she finishes her first and moved up to watch the match. And it's just kind of like staring doubtfully at the claws on the end of the Vesk's hands.
So, Flimsi, you said that you wanted to shout encouragement. How does that look, and what are you trying to encourage here?
Flimsi's watched enough of the boxing space flicks vids, and he's kind of like got his hands on the is it? Oh, it's a field. Is it? His hands against the force field, I guess. Kind of ducking and trying to get a view of the fight as he's swinging around. Hey, watch out for that left claw. Did you hear from the left one? And by the time he said anything, obviously it's always too late because there's too much detail going on in the fight. I'm just trying to give him some sort of like, watch out, keep your guard up, all that kind of business.
All right. Could you make me a charisma check of some variety?
Do you want straight charisma?
Yeah, let's go for a straight charisma.
Okie dokie. Do I roll? I roll the modifier, right? I've not.
Yes.
Cheers. I've not clicked on one of these before.
It's wherever the little red dice symbol is.
It's a 4 from Flimsi.
So yeah, there's a bit of a force field around the sparring arena when it's active, mainly because nobody wants to be in the splash zone. And, sort of like it's causing it all to be a little bit muffled. So as you're sort of like trying to shout things in, your thick dwarven accent and the fact that it's a bit muffled is just leaving you hear a little bit so like, it's not helping. Every now and again, he'll be like, what? And at that point, he's taking his eye off the opposition and just gets clocked. So, 1 second, let me just go through these numbers. And
I turned to Trix and I'm like, ooh, I could envision a reality where he didn't get hit so hard, but I feel like Chihir would not want me to do that.
Also, it'd be less funny.
He's not listening to me.
She's just got a curly stroller and this pitcher of alcohol, just like.
Are there bar snacks? Please tell me there's bar snacks as well.
you won't know you're in the sparring ring and you just went straight there.
No, that's me. That's Retro Ted wanting bar. This is me looking in from the outside.
A strange-looking human walks into the bar, looks around, there's no bar snacks, and just wanders out again. So, these 2 Vesk, they're basically, they flank you and just like they start swiping at you. You do get a couple of hits in, but one of the things is, they're Vesk. They do actually have claws, and they nip and bite at your armor, and they manage to get past your armor in places, causing you to bleed rather profusely from both of your upper arms. But then they're starting to feel a little bit heavier and a little bit more sort of like sluggish. So you then just start switching up to your more closely guarded lower arms, and you do manage to get a couple of good hits in there. The thing is, you're also, to a certain degree, thanks to Flimsi's assistance, you are a little bit distracted at times, and they're just a little bit more agile than you on occasion. And, sort of like one of them sort of like dances around to your other side, while the other sort of like comes in and just sucker punches you right in the gut from behind.
Quite impressive.
Over the course of the next 5 minutes or so, you manage to lay one of them out. going to take this to the very bitter end, or are you going to take the victory on knocking one of them out at least?
How's the other one looking?
Make me a perception check.
14.
He's looking pretty good to go.
Okay.
You know, you now start like realizing that every time that you were focusing on one of them, this guy has just been sort of like hanging back and just resting up. You're also
knows.
You're feeling a little bit battered.
Yeah, I think Jahir knows when and he does know it's only a game at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm going to call it an end and just congratulate the other fighter. You did well. That was the best fun ever. Oh, how long do we have to wait to fight again? Is it a day? I'm Jahir, by the way. It's great to meet you. And he's just like bear hugs or tries to bear hug this confused. I'm GMing for you now, aren't I? And he'll go and help the other one up.
Yeah, and sort of like this Vesk, who introduced themselves as Tosh. Tosh. So like gives you a hand lifting up the other Vesk, who is just out cold on the floor. You fight well for a flesh bag. I'll give you that.
This is the best thing ever. We don't have one of these on the ship. Maybe we should suggest it. But yeah, what's your friend's name? Tosh.
Tosh. No, I'm Tosh.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out what the other guy's name is because I've not thought of this.
Tosh.
Tosh. They're both named Tosh?
No.
Kosh with a K.
Oh, Kosh.
I've just been in a fight. Hard to articulate. And I'm going to offer to buy him a drink.
Thanks, but I got to get back to work. And you see him basically excuse himself out, collect something from the guy at the side of the sparring ring, and leave.
I guess it's a bet, isn't it? It's winnings or some kind.
I'll have a drink waiting for Jahir when he comes back.
Yeah, I'll stagger back to the Are you in a booth? I can imagine Ye was in a big booth.
Probably. She's got like. As soon as
they do take a moment. Sorry, Creef. I'm going to get this out and then leave it. They do take a couple of minutes just to sort of like patch you up, make sure that you're not bleeding profusely, and you're at least respectable enough to go back to the bar.
And
wash him down with a cold hose.
As soon as you come back, she just like slides you like a bottle of beer and like a small like shot glass of vodka, and says,
"Oh,
well,
thank you, Ye, but that was awesome. Did I do good?
How do you feel about it?"
Well, I can't feel my two top arms. I think I've got a few broken ribs, but I think my adrenal gland's okay. He starts touching his head. But it's all good, thankfully, when we get into those fights and you hit me, I think that helped. So, cheers.
Cheers. She's just like, what a weirdo, but smiles.
All right. So, anything else you're doing for the time being?
I think go fight again if you want.
No, I think while we're sitting here, we should find someone online that we can, contract to upgrade our ship, and she'll maybe try and book some hotel rooms. Maybe we can get like a suite somewhere.
A suite for all four of you, or
Yeah, sort of like what we had on Horsehead Nebula. We had a suite with 4 individual bedrooms. Maybe we can find a hotel that will accommodate us like that as well.
No, okay. Make me a computers check.
Oh.
It's nice that we can spend some time doing this. Take our time, like casually browsing for someone who can sort the ship out and having drinks, because we're not on a crunch for a change.
15 untrained.
Yep. It's a matter of time before you manage to find the accommodation that you seek. You can find a suite for all 4 of you. It's not here in Nighttown. It's over in Startown.
Startown.
Okay.
Startown. But it has, sort of like ensuite facilities as well as a swimming area, spa, that kind of thing.
Ooh, all right. Okay, I've booked us a hotel, a suite in a hotel with a suite in Startown. Should be a short walk. I don't know how big this place is.
Maybe a bit of a short stumble. Looking around at all the empty glasses on the table.
Yeah, you ever think she's booked this nice hotel, but she's actually just booked a B&B somewhere?
Youth hostel.
on a planet called like Starton.
6 systems.
Stop it.
So you managed to also book a crew to take care of the upgrades on the ship as required.
Sweet.
They'll need you to confirm the details before they can start work and meet you over at the ship. The last thing anybody wants to do is being seen to be breaking and entering into somebody else's ship around here.
Right.
And unless you have any other business that you wish to conclude for the evening?
If we're going to a hotel, Flimsy will probably comm the ship for the 3 goblins and also Zobin, who I think is still on there.
Yeah.
I think, please, we've got some business to attend to this evening. I'd advise staying on the ship. Things can get a bit hairy out here if things go too bad. But have yourselves a good night. Take it easy. This is probably in the bar. You can see club music in the background.
Flimsy, lock the engine room. Please lock the engine room.
I think with the goblins on board, Flimsy has pretty much been automatically locking the relevant doors.
Adding more locks if possible.
Keeping the goblins away from where they shouldn't be. For it's just now a matter of habit. It's like he comes out of the engine room, just presses the button to lock the door, and so on. So that's probably not going to be too big of an issue.
I'd like to think that Flimsy would fire up the holodeck and then put the goblins in it while they're asleep with a perfect recreation of the engine room.
There's a holographic note from Flimsy saying, please improve the ship as best as you can. Take all day, it's fine.
And then he's going to review the modifications and see what we'll sort out the week from the chat.
Wait, this is good work. Oh my god.
So is that everything for the evening?
Having a night off, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
He's had his fun.
Yep. So eventually you finish your drinks after however many rounds you wish and make your way over to the hotel that Yeva has reserved for you. It's very well decorated. It is... the appointments are in a gold trim. Lots of marble or faux marble has been used. It's pretty classy place that Yeva's picked out.
Hell yeah.
You go up to, you get your swipe cards and go up to your suite. And Yeva, you are relieved mainly because not only is everything looking really well, but they also came through on the bed for you. And
Life.
you retire to your beds for the evening. So, you awake the next day, all wonderfully refreshed, having slept in a bed that almost feels like it was custom made to fit. Are you taking part in the complimentary breakfast?
Taking part is an understatement.
We're testing the limits of the word complimentary.
You've not seen the bill for this place yet. So yeah, you go down. It's a buffet breakfast, and there's dishes there from all over the Veskarium. The soup most palates. If there's anybody who has a specific dietary requirement, out of Eula, I don't know it, but you could have asked one of the chefs if you needed to.
I think volume is my only real request, please. Thank you.
And that you've got not a problem with. You know, it's a all you can eat sort of touch.
These Vesk know how to throw out a spread. I've missed this.
All right, so what are you doing with yourselves?
We've got some cargo burning a hole in the hull.
Yeah, we do need to get rid of that.
Not literally, hopefully, burning a hole. What have we bought?
Do we need to make sure the crew we've hired is working?
That's a good shout.
Or have they started? So we still need to talk to them, yeah?
You need to finalize the details and introduce them to the ship, basically.
Sounds like a good start to the day. Get some improvements to the old Fool's Gold.
How long till we hear back from the Otter Lady
Tarika.
Yeva, do you know? Why am I talking like Yeva?
Could be. Well, our message probably hasn't even gotten to her yet.
Yeah, it all depends on luck to a certain degree as to how long it's going to take to get there and how long it's going to take back. But yeah, Eva's right. It's probably not gotten there yet.
I'm bored of these games. I've beaten them all several times. They're boring. I want some new games or something else to play with. Can we just get rid of this junk, stuff, items, inventory? That's the word.
You've stretched the idea of playtesting there a little bit, you hear?
I've got 4 arms. It's easy when you've got 4 arms.
Can you clear all these rude names you've saved down, please? That would be much appreciated before we move them on.
Yes, if you insist.
Got very creative with 3 characters.
I know, but the ship's quite useful for things like that.
Well, Flimsi, you've got the quartermaster contacts. Maybe you'd best look to find place to sell stuff. And then, as long as you tell me exactly what to say, I can meet with crew and tell them what to do.
That sounds good. So, we're looking to get. Are we discussing? So, out of character, are we discussing what we're getting to the ship now, or are we doing that
later?
I think we need to do that off air.
Cool. Okay, no worries.
To a certain degree, because we do need to figure out exactly how much you've got to play with.
Right. So you just send me the stuff.
Yeah. And that's exactly what you have to say to them. Word for word now.
Give us the stuff.
But yeah, I mean, I've briefly whisked on this side of space before, so I can see if I can rustle up any of my old contacts or see if anybody's got a clue as to where we can shift this kind of material.
Yeah, so make me a profession merchant check or quartermaster.
Quick question about said check. I have professional tools and a professional outfit. Do they stack or are they individual? I can't remember.
Professional tools. Which professional tools is this?
This is the contract data pad that he has often used, and the quartermaster's overalls.
All right. I can't remember. Just give yourself the +4 of the tools for now, because I can't remember what class kind of bonus it is. But if they're both item, then they don't stack.
Cool. It doesn't list it in the actual item itself. Quartermaster. It's a 22 from Flimsi.
Why didn't it say livestock? Sorry.
Flimsi's speciality.
It is, yeah. Flimsi has a speciality, and it's dealing with livestock. But for the most part, it does for general dealing as well. It takes you until about midday before you get a bite, as it were. And I've forgotten where I put my notes on this. It's not Pratt's Produce, that was a while back.
Uh-oh. I found a great buyer guy.
Read all about that. It's, yes. Had a little trouble, didn't you?
So yeah, you just get a very terse message that just basically says, I'll buy it, shorty. 7 shares for the lot.
Well, that's practically a warm welcome from Vesk, I guess. I'm sure a fine, upstanding gentleman such as yourself might be able to squeeze a bit more out of that.
This is just a personal comms message.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Because it was a voice message. I wasn't sure whether it was someone on the phone with me. I wasn't actually prepared for that at all. So I'm quite glad to hear that. So yeah, we've got a bit of a bite. It's practically a warm welcome for in Vesk terms. Was it 4? Did you say? Sorry.
7.
7. Okay. We've been offered 7 for the lot, which is not a bad deal. How do you feel about it?
You say to yourself, muttering in a corner somewhere.
Oh no, I was on the comm. Sorry to the rest of the gang.
You're muted, Trix.
No, sorry. Remind me how much we paid for the lot again.
We paid 3 BP for the silk clothing and 1 BP for the entertainment goods. So we're almost doubling our investment here.
I mean, I say go for it. Sure.
It gets rid of. Are they taking the mirror ball, or are we keeping them?
It's for the whole lot. Please don't tell me you've dirtied the mirror ball.
Well, you can't always get these things back in the packet, can you? Like they do at the factory.
It was so clean. I can try and push, see if we can get them to 8 if you want, or should we get rid of this stuff while we can?
I mean, the last trader wasn't, it's better than his deal, wasn't it? As Trix said.
I say go for it, but accept the 7 if he's not biting.
So 7 will be our fallback, and we'll see if we can eke a little bit more out of them. Cool. Did they have to meet in person, or was it just like?
Yeah, they've given you contact details for if you're interested, come meet here.
Cool. So yeah, I'm heading over to here. If you don't see me again, the deal didn't go very well. And we'll head over.
It's a small cafe outside of the Temple of Damar.
Very dangerous location.
Demo. No, Chris, are you gonna?
Demorita.
Demoritash.
The more you know.
I can't read, so hey, surprising that we got this far. Demoritash. So yeah, it's a small cafe outside of Demoritash.
Is there any smiling, waving Vesk inside, looking to warm a dwarf?
Hey, is anybody going with Flimsi? That's my first
Yeah,
question.
I'll go with him.
I'm back at the ship.
Yeah, and Trix, are you going with Yeva?
I'm gonna go with Flimsy just for a mooch around.
Okay. So Yeva, you get back to the ship, and Zoban is not on board the ship.
Okay.
Neither's his cart.
So, I'll try and flag down the goblins and be like, "Hey, did Zobin go and work? Is he trying to sell some food?"
He said something about needing fresh supplies and maybe getting some Vesk delicacies.
Okay. I'll after I meet with the construction crew, the upgrade crew, I'll give Zobin a quick call just to make sure everything is okay, because this place isn't. I don't know if you need like a visa or some sort of like temporary ID card to like sell food here. I don't want him to get in any trouble. I don't want them to get into any trouble.
Do not shoot me card.
Extreme, but yes. So yeah, you contact Zoban, and it's all like you left me on board the ship with those guys. Was that really necessary?
We had work to do, Zobin. Sorry, but you're okay, right? I still have work to do.
Yeah, I'm okay. The Vesk are a little abrupt at times, but they're willing customers when they find out that you can actually cook.
Okay.
Who would have thunk?
Well, they look like a hungry bunch to me.
Yeah, they've cleared out most of my supplies, but I should be able to refresh them before we set off again.
Okay, great. We're having some ship upgrades done, by the way, so it might be a bit of a mess here when you get back.
How long are they gonna take?
Should be 2 days, maybe 3.
Okay. Let me know before you set off.
Of course.
All right. I got customers, so I gotta go.
Bye. And she'll hang out and oversee the beginning of the upgrades. She doesn't know what she's looking at, but she definitely knows what a manager looks like.
And you
That's what
are
loafing around looks like.
and you fill that picture very well with your stature. For the most part, it's like 2-man team of Vesk and about 5 skittermenders who are under strict supervision of the Vesk.
Perfect.
Should have you sorted out in no time. Flimsy, as you enter this cafe, you see an old associate of yours, the Ronkari Cask. His scales are a little duller than the last time you saw them, but they still look strong and healthy. Not yet a grayscale.
I didn't recognize your voice, you old bag of scales.
Well-
Did you hear? Go on, sorry.
Oh, you squat little runt. I'm surprised to see you this far out. I thought you were playing around in the Pact world.
I was for a while. Trix, Jahir, meet Ronkari. This is Blunt-Toothed Gecko, used to hang around with me back in my days when I was trading on the borders of these lands.
Only blunted because you couldn't take the bite.
You say that now. Look at the state of you. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
I like him. But you've got some stories about Flimsi you could tell.
Embarrassing ones, preferably.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell you about the time that he was the only one who could fit into the sluice. It took 3 days to get rid of the smell.
We said we'd never talk about that again. Come on. Hey, we made money off that. It wasn't bad.
Aye, that we did. And then you went corporate. Surprised you didn't die of boredom.
Well, you know, we made it out after a little while.
A little while. It's been 10 years.
Well, you know, it's only a jot. It's a dot on the radar. A quick, part-time adventure. I'm a free trader now, though, with my friends here. This is Trix and this is Jahir. Some of the wildest riders out here in the Veskarium. We've got our friend Yeaver back on the ship. How about yourself? What did you do after the tradings went a bit sour?
You are looking at the very proud captain of their own freighter vessel, cargo liner.
You've got a cargo liner.
I've got a cargo liner.
You've got responsibility and crew and all that business.
No, I have one better. I have people taking care of the responsibilities for me.
Show off about my new ship. What were you saying? Sorry, Trix?
It's a smart move.
I guess we're a bit behind you in terms of that then. We're actually still looking for work. Was this a happy reunion, or is this a prank call, or you actually need something shifting?
I'm about to head out to one of the rim worlds. The only thing is I'm a little bit, shall we put it, double booked. I can probably take your cargo and flog it somewhere. It's by the by, it'll fit in the Conqueror's Hall. The thing is, in a couple of days, I'm expected to make a delivery here in system. Only thing is, I'm not supposed to be here in system in a couple of days.
Your planning is as good as always, I see.
Hey, never turn down a deal when you find one. That's my motto. It only occasionally bites you in the ass.
So what scaly, dangerous business have you got us shifting?
Well, you don't have to take it if you don't want.
No. Come on now. Don't be like that. Tell us what you got, you sack of scales.
All right. So it's a simple bunch of crates. Chemicals, if you believe the labels. Something fancy. I can't remember the name. Only thing is, they're on board the Conqueror's Hall, and if I take them off and put them onto your ship, then station security is going to want to know what's in them boxes. And that means breaking the seals, and that means not getting paid. Better day, got to take off. These boxes are going to fall out the cargo hold. Accidents happen. Be a beacon. You can go out, fish them up. Need you to take them over to Vesk 4. When you get there, don't land, because the crates are bound to have another little accident. The beacon's going to be turned back on. Going to go for a walk outside your airlock.
Is this the kind of business you've been conducting a lot of the time recently?
Not all of the time, and it's all legal. It's just, if you take them off the ship, you've got to pay tariffs. If you pay tariffs, then you lose your credits. If you do it like we say, then you don't pay the tariffs.
What kind of credits are we talking about?
I got 2,000 credits for you. 500 up front.
About 2,500 for old time's sake, since this doesn't sound like the most straightforward delivery job.
I mean, it's straightforward enough if you could get it into that dense little skull of yours. Make me a persuasion, charisma, or diplomacy. There we go. Family houses.
Okay. Can I use the reroll opportunity? That was a 1 on the dice, by the way.
You may.
Thank you very much. It comes to 2. It's not too bad. 21 altogether from Flimsi.
Jesus, you really twisted my arm here, but I suppose I'd lose more if I defaulted on the contract. Fine. 2,500.
You've still got a heart of gold beating inside those scales. And here's me, I was going to try and wangle you up to 8 BP for the rest of the cargo. But that's not how friends do, eh?
Hey, and one of the things is you need to be shifting stuff like that fairly quickly. You do know that half your entertainment stuff is almost out of date.
Already? The JK's only just finished playing. All I could think of was Mario Brothers. It doesn't work at all.
Call it Vario Brothers, the story of 2 Vesks. 2 Vesk engineers.
Right, but how long's it been in your hold while you're getting all your way out of here?
Oh, I can't keep up with the trends these days. I'm older than you are.
Aye, and it shows. The little buzzer. But yeah, I can take them out to the rim worlds where they ain't never heard of anything like that stuff, and they'll buy any nonsense I sell them, especially if I squeeze it in with the rest of the junk.
Trix, Jahir, how do you feel?
Sounds fun. Just yeeting a load of boxes out of the airlock.
I feel if he just shut the door, then he wouldn't have to pay us all this money just to do this job. But, you know, if he wants to pay us because he can't be bothered to shut the door, then who am I to complain?
No, I think it sounds like a good deal to me. You say it's in a day's time. Let me just quickly check with our overseer.
I got to leave in a day, but I'm going to punt them out of my airlock in a day. I need you to get them there as soon as possible.
And is there any who are the clients that you're dropping this off for? Anyone we need to know about?
You don't need to know because I don't.
I guess that's how things roll here.
I got told to put them in an orbit around Vesk 4. Did I say 5?
Yeah,
4.
4.
I got told to put them in an orbit around Vesk 4 and set off the beacon.
We'll put them somewhere between the 2 planets. It's fine.
Just be sure to turn on the beacon. Neither of us are getting paid.
4.5.
Does it come supplied with the beacons?
Aye, it's built into the crates.
Nice, it's not too bad. And you said you don't know what's in these crates exactly.
By the shipping labels, it's some fancy chemical.
I suppose you recall the name.
Oh.
Typical Roncari. Give me a second just to...
Do you really care for everything you're shipping?
No, I suppose looking back, it's not really been how we've rolled. So it sounds like a good deal to me. If everyone else is on board, sign us up. Can't believe you've got a cargo hauler.
All right. It's been a while, and business moves quick here in the Veskarium. You should have stuck with me, lad.
I don't know. Well, I guess I made some friends right at the end there, but maybe. But we're free now. I'm close on your tail.
We
You do
were
still have
worth
your tail,
waiting
but-
10 years for.
All right. I'll send some boys around to get the cargo.
Cool, sounds good. The ship's getting worked on at the moment, so it might be busy. So if anything, any of your crew need to maybe keep our head down. Just a heads up for you.
Right. All right. I best get back to the cargo liner. Petty officer's going to be wondering where I'm at.
Make sure you get back to your comfy chair.
I paid for that comfort, you know.
I'm gonna have a cargo liner twice as big, with 2 chairs.
Yeah, for that fat ass of yours. And he excuses himself and leaves. He gives polite nods to Trix and Jihir, but you get the distinct feeling, Trix and Jihir, that you were very much the third wheels in this. There's history between Flimsi and Rankari.
I'm glad you guys were there, though, to run by stuff. I don't want to make unilateral decisions.
No,
I mean, that's your job as a quartermaster. I'm literally just the pilot, and Jahir's here is Captain's Bananas.
Oh, I'm a captain.
Well, we better get back to Eva and let them know that the cargo has been shifted, and we've got a new load coming on. A rather interesting piloting job, maybe, for you coming up to it.
Oh, it'll be fun.
While I've got you two here, have you noticed in the last few fights that Eva seems a little reckless with her targeting? I think that's the best way to put it.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. But, space madness sets into the best of us.
Okay, I don't know. I just literally got the feeling last time we had a decent fight that she was hitting me just as much as she was hitting the people we were meant to be hitting, or the androids.
Well, I've always found Eva to be quite scary, to be honest, with the laser beams and they can change reality. I don't know what. Imagine what that would do to your head.
I need to see them just confused. I can't even comprehend what that would do. Okay, well, maybe it's just me. She just seemed a bit trigger happy. I know that's the word I would use. But if you're fine with it, I'm fine.
I mean, I think she's just exploring new, more violent options.
Oh, and I wholeheartedly support that. Don't get me wrong. If she wants to use me as a training dummy, then that's all good. But she just seemed to take a bit too much pleasure in it. But maybe it's just me. I just worried about her, and she's. You say she's changed realities. I mean, she's changed her reality quite dramatically from where she was. I don't know. It's just a gut feeling, and he points to completely the wrong place of where his gun is.
You're right.
Anatomy is strange.
We've all been through a lot over the last few weeks. Has it been months or weeks? Sorry.
Weeks.
Weeks.
Bloody hell. We've all been through a lot over the last few weeks.
It was like years.
But if you're concerned about violent outposts, Jahir, that's something that sparks off to me. So maybe we'll keep an eye out. Maybe we need to do an intervention if it gets too dangerous. But maybe we'll just keep an eye out.
I mean, I can take a beating, but I just when it's from your party and the enemy, it gets a bit confusing. It's like yesterday when you were distracting me while I was trying to beat the shit out of those Vesk. It's, much as I appreciate the support, I have no idea what you're on about.
I was coaching you here. You didn't listen. I said, watch out for the left, and you got hit in the left. Oh, I'm so sorry.
But I left and right outside the ring, so I just... What?
Maybe I should be leaving my fighting coaching days behind me.
Well, anyway, let's get back to the ship. It's probably just me being silly.
Flashback to the last fight we had with that kobold, where Yeva showed off her new spell, where she opened a rent in reality to a dimension filled with nothing but needles.
Yeah. Just see the needles like flashing, like the memory of the needles flashing over Jahir's eyes. Kind of. Just the horror within.
He wakes up in a cold sweat every night.
Needles. So yeah, we're heading back to the Fool's Gold.
Are you heading straight back there, or grabbing a bite to eat, or?
Do we need to restock the ship, or is Soben tackling that for us?
Do we know that Zoben's missing? Or not on the ship, I guess?
No, you won't have any idea unless Yeva messaged you guys as well. But I don't think Yeva thought it was critical.
No.
Cool.
But yeah, definitely let her know that people are coming to pick up the goods.
Yeah, I think Flimsi will just head straight back to make sure that Eva knows about and oversee the transport and stuff. It's bad enough there are people working on the ship, maybe. So.
As you arrive back at the ship, Flimsy, the people that Ronkari have sent over to take care of the cargo have already arrived.
Do they have a cargo?
Yeah, you see them approaching, but sort of like as they're coming at you from one side, and it's like, who are these guys? You look over and you see Flimsy.
It's okay. We've made a deal.
Oh, all right, good. Then let's just open the cargo hold. Do they don't need help pulling it out, do they?
No, they've got it sorted. Unless you particularly fancy a workout.
Nope.
Do they have a cargo hauler with them?
They have 3 cargo lifters.
Oh, Flimsy might see if he can get his hands on one of those for a bit of a play. Helping.
But yeah, the 3 Vesk just start hauling out the clothing and the entertainment stuff, unless anybody's getting in the way.
I'll probably detail the deal to Yeva.
What? We're dropping it in the middle of space?
Yep.
With a beacon, of course. It's bypassing kind of, parking taxes and unloading fees and all that business.
Can I roll profession corporate agent? Because
Yeah.
Good call.
bypassing tariffs sounds like corporate speak for breaking tax law.
Loopholes is what we're looking for here.
God, please. I hope this goes well. Nope, that's a 9.
You know distinctly that such things fall into a legally grey area. It's no different than if you were to haul it out of system, drop it on a planet somewhere that's uninhabited, and then tell somebody where to pick it up.
Ah, right. It's like pre-gap maritime law. Of course. makes sense.
I'm gonna nod like I know what that is.
And hey, at least this way, we don't have to actually do any work hauling the cargo. We just drop it out the back.
Scoop it up from space, drop it out in space.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy gig.
How do we scoop it up from space? I feel like Trix would know, but how do we scoop it up from space?
The scoop maneuver.
It depends on how you guys want to go about it. There's a reckless way where you open the cargo bay to vacuum and you drive at it.
Yep.
There's the cautious way where you park near it and sort of like set up cargo, sort of like spacewalk out and set up lines and sort of like haul it in that way. Or some combination of the few. I mean, with that are around, in theory, you can send them out to go pick it up.
Right.
Quite
She
literally,
easily
and
put a
haul
net
it.
around everything and then pull it in.
Got a note here that says Jahir on a rope that I had when we were walking back over. Like a ping pong type situation.
I thought Jahir on a rope was when you wanted to do some space skiing kind of thing.
Water skiing.
It was back
Kind of what this is.
when we had the BD and we didn't have any weapons. I thought I was going to go and stand on the hull with the sword out.
Right. I think the most careful we need to be is when we drop it, because we can't just push it out into space, because then it'll just go forever. It needs to be like
I said we'd leave it in orbit, so
placed.
I guess as long as it's in some kind of orbit, it should stay relatively where we want it to be.
I mean, that's not our problem.
As long as
I mean,
Beacon's
to a
with it.
certain degree, it is your problem because I need to pick it up before everybody gets paid.
Right. So we get paid after
but-
they pick it up?
You'll be paid in full afterwards. You got 500 credits up front.
Cool.
Another 2,000 when you get paid. Trix would probably be the better one to figure out how to get the cargo into a stationary orbit. With careful piloting and just opening up the airlock at the right time, the cargo literally falls out the back into a stable orbit.
It'd be useful to buy something, as you say, like a net or some rope to combine it all together once we've got it, so it sticks as one big clump.
Mm-hmm.
Good old clump of cargo.
As the Free Vesk have finished unloading your cargo holds of the the clothes and the entertainment goods, one of the Vesk comes up to you, Flimsi, and sort of like smacks a button on their chest that opens up this cargo lifter armor, and they just step out and it's like, you Flimsi?
Aye.
The boss said, I hope you've learned how to catch, and he hands you the keys.
What? Oh, that lanky lizard came through. What a star.
But can he catch?
Can all of us catch?
Goes down a drain and immediately into the vacuum of space. Why is that there? Who put that vacuum there?
It was more referring to the idea of you catching the cargo with the cargo lifter.
Oh, I see. I thought he was throwing the key, catching the keys.
No, he hands you the keys and
Reflex
says,
save.
I hope you learned how to catch.
Oh,
Or the boss says, I hope you learned how to catch.
well, I'm sure we won't let him down. Go on, sorry, Jim.
Complex calculation about gravity and how what's the gravity and was it the Coriolis effect if it's a rotating platform and
We just go out there and swipe it. It'll be great.
So does anybody have any business over the next ambiguous 2 to 3 days, depending on how much you get upgraded? By your stun silence, I'm gonna go with no.
Relaxing. Really. I'm excited about this payout though because I've been saving up for a personal upgrade. I think that might put me over.
Yeah. Somebody wants to do a little bit of shopping, maybe stuff related, like rope, for example, the stuff related to this job, if possible.
1 credit per 50 feet for synthetic rope.
Can we estimate how much we'd need?
Depends on how much close Tricks can get you.
I can get you as close as you want.
Was it 1 credit for 50 feet?
Yeah.
That's real cheap.
I mean, it's synthetic rope, so it's really not that. It's a level 1 item. It's not that good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, your other alternative is looking at titanium alloy cable line,
That's the thing I was thinking of.
which is 25 credits for 10 feet.
Oof, that is very expensive.
We don't need that. Not for this.
We can't really afford that.
Oh no, sorry, my bad. It is 25 credits for 50 feet.
Okay.
So 100 feet of it would be 50 credits, 50 feet will be 25, 10 feet will be 5 credits.
I feel like 50 credits for 100 feet of cable isn't too bad.
No, it's not.
I think if we get something that we know is going to be a bit more secure than it needs to be, it might be worth trying to...
I mean, if you really wanted, you could go for adamantine alloy cable.
I don't think that's necessary.
not on stuff we'll never get back. Like
Only 500 credits per 10 feet.
for 10 feet?
10 feet, is it really?
Oh my god.
Yep. If you want 100 feet of it, it's 5,000.
We could spend 2 credits for 100 feet of some shitty rope that we're just going to toss out the back of the hold.
Well, Flimsi will spend 50 of his credits on 100 feet of titanium cable.
I think you use the party fund. We've got 69 extra from the 500 we just made. So that fits perfectly.
You also
do
gonna,
that,
are you also going to look at the selling off what you've got?
Have we got stuff to sell?
Well, you got a tactical archimeter, utility hard suit, a broken excavation laser, hook sword, a night arch, tactical needler, and 3 doses of sedative. Nobody's yet claimed.
Can Flimsi, in the days, maybe, I don't know how long it takes to fix something that's broken? Is that possible to work on the mining laser that I forgot was there? I do apologize.
Yeah, it takes a couple of hours. Only thing is, it really is busted up. You're going to need to spend like 205 to get it patched back up. No, not 205. It's going to cost you 50 credits to get it patched back up. Or 50 UPBs.
Does that still make a net profit if we say it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It'll be
so,
205 for sale.
Unless anyone wants to use this, it's pretty hefty. Do you need to be a miner to use it?
No, you need to be proficient with. I think soldiers might be able to use it. It's a long one.
Okay.
Or you can use profession mining.
Oh, I see. It's an alternative rather than.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll get that fixed up. Unless do you think we might ever need to do a spot of mining ourselves? We've got the tools handy. I don't know how much we can get with a single person's mining tool, but you never know.
You get a lot more than you use your hands.
Maybe we should keep hold of it. What do you guys think?
I mean, if you want to, that'd definitely be a you and Jahir thing, though. I will hold my hands up and say I am terrible at mining.
I've done a spot before. Yeah, I'll get it repaired then. Sorry, Jahir.
We can tinker with it. You can get it working, and then we can shoot some things. We've got some time to kill. Do a bit of mining.
Yeah, we might be useful sometime. We rescued that little rat from the tunnel. It could have been useful there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no. But it seems handy. Why not keep it? And then, if you can't fix it, we just set.
So if it's okay, Flimsy will repair the excavation laser,
Right.
which is 50 credits. Did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, 50 UPBs or credits.
Sorry, Eva. What were you saying?
I was gonna say I wouldn't mind selling the rest, and buying a round of healing serums if possible, because that's our main source of healing. We don't have any other way of doing it, so stocking up on those would be important.
Where are the envoys? Where are the mystics?
Don't you at least have a medic yet?
I don't think any of us are trained in medicine.
Flimsy
is. Yeah. Got a +8 in medicine, so potentially if we got the advanced med kit, it's not too hard to hit. It's 12 or above.
Mm-hmm. I do plan on taking Mystic Cure with my next paradigm shift, but we'll see. But for now, we sell this all and stock up on the healing serums.
All right, so Flimsy, are you taking the excavation laser out?
I'll take that out, yeah. Which is there. There we go, thank you. Need to put it into my inventory rather than into my items. Done.
All right, going once, going twice, sold. You've currently got 1,008 in the party funds.
We could get 2 Mark IIs.
Are we spending any of it on cable?
Yes.
Flimsy will ask in the least exciting way.
Spend it
You
on
really want
cables.
that expensive cable, right?
Can I do an insight check to see if Flimsy is actually excited about the fact that he's playing cable?
Probably be quite excited about the titanium alloy, less so about the regular stuff.
Can we first, if we split up that 500 that we initially got, we'll each get 125 from that
Cool.
for this job.
So far, yeah.
So we want to split up the 500.
Yeah. Then take 50 for the 100 feet of cable you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did you also want to get some basic rope as well, in case you want more length? Because it's like 2 credits, whatever it was.
I'll buy some. Why not have 50 feet of synthetic rope? You could find some use for that. I guess I can use my own credits for that. I also want to.
Yeah, you spend those 2 credits, or 1 credit. You spend it.
I will spend it. And get that synthetic rope. And then a round of healing serums, I think, with the rest of this. Mark 1. Just everyone grab an extra healing serum.
Ooh.
How much is the healing serum?
50?
Yes, it'll be 200 total.
Yeah, so there'll be 258 left in the party funds.
Perfect. And then we'll see what the hotel bill is.
Genuine question. Surely with all this technology around, they'd have like a Dr. Roomba that flies around and could heal you and things like that.
Oh, they got banned after they were too aggravating.
We've all seen Prey. We know what that is.
Oops, cards to do.
No, it's the future. Those things can exist. You can actually get personal drones that can be medics if you buy that particular variant. But you need to buy a drone.
I knew I'd seen it somewhere, but I couldn't remember where I'd seen it. And as soon as you said Prey, I was like, oh, yeah, it's in Prey.
So anything else that you're doing over the next couple of days?
Oh man,
Nice.
sorry, I was thinking the advanced med kit is 2,700 credits. Nope.
Oh, Flimsy, add a cargo lifter to your inventory.
Holy moly.
Trix is just going to spend some time playing a vid game on the holodeck.
On your own with the goblins.
The goblins could come. It's one of those incessant jump puzzles where if you do one wrong move, you got to start all the way back at the beginning again.
Yeva's gonna call you at one point and be like, "What are you doing? We're spending this money on the spa, the hotel, the pool."
You just made me lose my place, Yeva.
She puts on these like oversized sunglasses.
One of the goblins absolutely just eats it, and every time they get to anywhere of any substantial height, they just miss and face plant. It's hilarious because they scream every single time all the way down, thinking that it's going to hurt. It doesn't. Make me an acrobatics check.
Oof. 20.
Naturally, you're the first one to complete it. It's trickier than you expected.
Still too easy. Curses!
So, yeah, are you staying in the hotel every night?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. It's going to be 25 credits a night.
Hey, whatever.
Just remember, deduct 50 or 75 after we get back next week for whether it was 2 days or 3 days. Unless you all want to declare now that it's 3 days or something. I don't see it being longer than 3 days.
Yeah, today was the second day. So today was the second day in the hotel. Then we do a third day tomorrow, and then on the fourth day, the repairs will be done. So she'll go back to so she'll come back that morning, essentially.
Yeah, you'll check out after 3 nights and check back into the ship.
So I'll subtract 75 from my amount.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, easy. You still have over 1,000 credits.
And are you good to go?
Yeah.
Zoban back on board?
I don't know. Is he back on board? Did anybody call him?
Flimsy will have been moving around in the cargo hold in his new cargo lifter, just like completely oblivious that the cart's not there anymore.
Trig's headphones open.
Hey, Trix.
Hey, finally got 3D. I've been trying like forever. We're getting ready to leave, so wherever you are, you want to come mosey on back?
Yeah, I'll begin packing up and be with you shortly.
Sweet.
All right, bye now.
Bye. Hey, before he cuts out, you just hear Trix going, "Hey, Flimsy, Zoban's not dead."
Wait, where's Zoban?
All right, so you all get on board the ship, and the Trix, you punch in the beacon's tracking code into your ship systems, and it gives you the waypoint away from the Conqueror's Forge. Out in, I want to say international space, but it's it's not international, but you know what I mean.
Intergalactic waters.
Yes, intergalactic waters. Although it's not intergalactic. Space is weird, guys.
Free trader space.
It's out in neutral territory. So how are you picking up this cargo?
What does it look like when we arrive, I guess?
It appears to be one large crate and about half a dozen smaller crates. Just floating there.
How are cargo lifters with spacewalks?
They don't.
Nah.
If you open up the cargo bay and basically had the cargo lifter sort of like sat there, you know, it would be fine as long as because with the cargo lifter you can actually wear a suit of armor underneath it. So he can turn on the environmental seals for his armor and then basically stand at the cargo bay dock and try to catch them as you drive into them.
Can I turn the gravity off in the cargo bay?
Yes, you can do.
So things can just kind of float in, with either careful piloting or some.
They'll float in, but if Trix goes too fast and you fail to catch, then it will basically crash into one of the bulkheads.
And I can just fly and push crates into the cargo.
Hopefully a more reasonable way of doing it.
So Trix is parking up as close as they dare to get, and you're doing this sensibly. Is that what I'm hearing?
Sounds about right.
Yep, okay, that's fine. It takes a little while for you to pick up these cargo crates. All of them are correctly marked for complex chemical compounds for medical testing. They also have warning labels saying potential hazardous if removed from packing, sealed for environmental purity.
Should have picked up a chemalizer when we were back on the space station.
Yeah, but you might still have to open it to gather a sample.
That's true. The whole thing of this is keeping it as secure as possible.
Mm-hmm.
No testing the products this time, please, Jahir. Do we feel sick in its presence? Has any of us started glowing? Or has the ship walls began to melt?
Are we tripping?
Yes, consult the book.
So if you want, you can make life science, physical science, or engineering checks on the crates.
I'll make a physical science. I am trained in that.
Yep.
Surprisingly.
I will throw down some engineering. Such dice today.
19.
15 from Flimsi.
Flimsy, everything seems to be in order. The seals are intact.
A new wrong card come through.
Either you investigate the labels further, and the more you look at it, it's like potential hazardous complex chemical compounds. It's vague, like super vague as to what the hell is in these crates.
Like, too vague.
But without cracking the seals, no idea.
I mean, her mind starts racing with possibilities. These could be chemical weapons. They could be some sort of miraculous life-saving medicine that is as of yet untested or unverified. It could be drugs. Hyper relief.
It could be a lot of those things, but what we know is it's paid cargo if we can get it delivered on time. Are you worried about having it aboard of the ship?
I mean, we're not going to be having it for long.
Let's just try and get this done as quickly and discreetly as possible.
Or a bunch of rope if you want to try and tie it to the hull or tow it behind us or something like that.
With engine plume.
So yeah, she's
Not
like,
usually how it.
she gets a pep
Go on,
in her
sorry.
step and starts like moving a little faster.
Would it be worth disabling the transponder just to make sure no one can track us while we've got this?
Very, very good shout.
Not saying it's illegal, but you know, I don't know.
Is there any inherent value in the transponder?
The ship's transponder, that tells you where the ship is.
The beacon, sorry, I think the thing that we tracked it with.
Oh, the thing. What? Oh, sorry, you said inherent value.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
So
How do you mean? I mean the value. The beacon has a credit value,
Oh,
but you
okay.
can turn it off.
It was whether I was going to give it to Jahir to turn off it in Jahir's inimitable fashion.
You could probably fashion up a new one in the workshop for a few credits.
Oh yeah, pass it to Jahir then. Do you want to do the honors, Jahir, and switch in this one?
is this a test?
You can go banana with it.
Oh, he just yeets it out the nearest airlock as hard as he can, and then runs up to the cannons with chain cannons.
So much worse than I expected.
Yeah.
I think we all know you have to be very precise and clear with Jay as to what actions you want him to take.
Right.
You just got to step on it or something.
So Flimsi should probably make a new one before we get to our destination.
It's not the same one, is it?
By what?
Is it just the one beacon? I thought we'd have a separate beacon to use when we got there. Have I just given Jahir the only beacon? That was a foolish error on my part. I do apologize.
Yeah, you gave them the one and only beacon. You got told to turn it on or make sure it was turned on when you got there.
For some reason in my head, there was like the beacon that we got when we picked up it, and then another beacon for when we dropped it off.
Why would you have two beacons?
Because then we get to smash one.
Yeva's wings are flapping really heavily, and she's like, why does it feel like I'm only one working? Tricks, barrel roll.
Trick shrugs and barrel rolls.
Flimsy, this is very disorientating because you're sort of like, or are you attached to the surface of the ship, or are you sort of like floating in the zero gravity at the moment?
Floating in zero gravity, most likely.
Yeah, in which case the entire ship moves around you, but you don't move.
I was hoping that would help push everything in or something. I don't know.
I think whatever's in these crates is having an effect on me.
Come on, let's get this done. We need to get out of open space with all of this junk.
I'll secure it down.
All right, so you secure it in the cargo hold, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you close the cargo bay doors and tell Trix to punch it.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Trix, make me a D6 check.
Oof, 6.
Oof. All right. Where's everybody on board the ship?
I'm in
Or
the piloting seat.
you're in the piloting seat. Are you always in the piloting seat? This is going to take 3 days. So let's say about after a day and a half. Just a day and a half. Where's everybody at on board the ship?
I'm in the galley drinking some coffee if possible.
Okay.
Might be in the machine workshop fixing that driller.
I think I'll
All
join Yeva in the galley with Ixit and just be downing sugar.
Wait, so who's flying? You for long haul trips. Somebody's going to be in the pilot seat.
Oh, and then it's Trix, but she's.
But you can switch out occasionally.
Then maybe I'm preparing a tray and bringing down. Like I've got 2 cups of coffee, and in one of them I'm just taking the sugar and just like pouring it in. And I'm like, I guess that's what she wanted. Because I know Trix's coffee order at this point, and I'm preparing a tray to bring it down to her.
Just pouring a shot of coffee into a sugar thing.
The thing is, it's a little bit weird to you, Yether. Coffee should never be gritty.
No, it should always be black and smooth.
If you put enough sugar in it, you can make it gritty.
Ew.
Did you say you were a trained pilot, Jahir? Sorry.
Got class skill, and I got a +1 in it. So.
Or you could be the off pilot, because when at some point, as much as Trix tries to deny it, she does occasionally need sleep. So you could rotate so that you, Jahir, will be sleeping while Trix is flying, and then when you wake up, you're flying while Trix is sleeping. So you're in your quarters. Flimsi is in the workshop. And Yether, Trix is in the pilot seat. Yether is delivering a coffee. Everybody make perception checks.
Super casual.
Just casual like.
25.
Dirty 20.
That includes you, Jahir.
Yeah, I know. I lost where it was.
All right.
Dirty 20 as well.
Okay.
Nice.
And do you sleep soundly, Jahir? In general.
Well, no, because he's a soldier, isn't he? And he grew up having to watch his back, so he's always. It's like when you got kids, isn't it? You're always listening out for them doing something they shouldn't be doing. He's always ready for action.
You hear something. You're used to people walking around. Their boots make a certain sound on the whole of the ship, or the whole of the ship. This sounds more like a stabbing of the metal.
Stabbing of the metal. Okay.
Something just really digging in there, like if you tried to stab the whole of the hull of a ship with your sword. That kind of noise, and it's coming from outside of your quarters.
It's that bloody kobold again. I'm going to rip his head off. And I'll open the door and go out to investigate.
All right. Flimsi, you hear nothing. Yether, it's a little bit difficult to hear anything. You think that you might hear something, but Trix, you definitely hear something going on. Do you hear, as you step outside of your quarters, it's not moved you for some reason. There you go, you've been moved. You see a so like clawing its way down the corridor to you. And We're going to leave it here.
What? No, you can't leave us with something out of a freaking horror movie, like liquor crawling towards us on the ceiling. No.
Yes, I can. I was going to say you would roll for initiative, but that'll be what's happening started next week.
And Zobin's really changed his looks, hasn't he?
That's what happened when you give Zobin to one of Trix's coffees.
But yeah, Trix, you can hear somebody move, something's going on. You're a little bit confused as to what it is. You can't see anything. You can tell either it's confirmed by Trix that something's going on. Flimsi, you're totally unaware.
Flimsi's got his headphones on, he's jamming, he's working away on the drill.
All right. And that is where we're going to leave it for this week. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. I have been and will continue to be Kyron Rossmore. You can usually find me on my channel, twitch.tv/Kyron Rossmore on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. However, I might not be streaming every single time this week. It depends on how I feel. Because it's my week off, because it's my birthday tomorrow.
It is birthday.
So yeah, I aim to be doing very little this week, and that might include streaming. I don't know, so be sure to check me out. If I'm online, then drop in and say hi. If I'm not, then try not to miss me too much. All right,
but you have to do 12-hour birthday streams, don't you? I thought that was the Twitch rule.
Yeah, I was thinking about something like that, but then I thought, nah. I mean, I might do. Who knows? I'm random. Flimsi.
Hello, I'm PlayStation64. You can find me on my Twitch channel on the same name. On Thursday evenings, playing No Man's Sky. We're back to the main story, doing some adventuring in space. And on Saturday mornings, playing Red Dead Redemption 2 as Badman Arthur Morgan with some help from chat. Being bad guys, we're out in the wild, done all the story, and we're off adventuring.
Hi everyone, I am Crifu Bernal. I am a captain and producer here at Manapot, where you can see awesome weekly TTRPG shows every week. I just said that. If you super enjoyed today's stream, you should join our Discord so you can see and chat about all the awesome games we have here. I also stream on my own personal channel at twitch.tv/CrifuBernal. And tomorrow I'll be back with the third episode of the second season of my solo Skull and Shackles Adventure Path playthrough, The Spear and the Sea.
And Trix.
I am Crit Commissions. You can find me across various social media platforms doing artsy things.
And Retro Ted.
I am RetroTed, and when I'm not losing the ability to speak, I'm very excited about Krifu's Pathfinder solo playthrough. But no, I play older games. I'm playing Icewind Dale at the moment, I think, and I shall be on Wednesday at 12:30.
All right, and thank you again for joining us. I do hope that you can stick around for the raid. If not, no worries. And until next time, tidy bye.
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 Bye.